Hey Sam, what's up, man? I'm Brandon. I'm the guy that called you earlier today. So here's that video that I said I was going to make for you. Um, I found you on Facebook and checked out your page and all that stuff. Kind of figured out that you guys do remodeling, and that's why I called you. But then you said fences are what you'd really like to do. So um, I've kind of pulled up fences, kitchen remodeling, and bathroom remodeling in Columbus. This is the number one keyword for fence company, or sorry, for fence. Like I checked fence builders, it only gets like 20 searches a month, but fence company, Columbus, Ohio, 390 searches a month, right? So why, what I do, man, why it's the best, this is why, because the majority of people, like you can see, tons of people every month are searching straight up fence company, Columbus, Ohio. That's just this one keyword. So it doesn't even include like fence contractors, that gets 90 a month. Like I said, fence builders gets 20, but I'm going to kind of focus on fence company. See, there we go, fence companies 480, fence company 390. Wow, okay. So this is actually the number one keyword, fence companies, okay? So what most people do today, they Google, they check these out, right? It pays big time to be in this. It's called a 3-pack, right? The map pack. And the way that works is a lot of it, dude, is just having a keyword in your name. Like notice, right, how fence company, both of these guys have fencing company and fence company in their name. Now look, if we change this, I bet you those guys are gone. Probably, maybe not. Yeah, Trudeau's is still there, but the reason why is because they rank pretty high organically. They are right here. This is their website, FenceCo Columbus. See, if I hover over this, you can see in the bottom left corner here, FenceCo Columbus. That's their website. So organic, the higher you rank organically, right? These are called the organic listings. And like I told you, I'll build a site, I'll land on page 3, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll just slowly climb from there. And once I get to the top organically, a lot of times the map ranking follows. And there's kind of a different algorithm for this compared to this stuff, but the biggest factor for ranking in the maps is also ranking organically. So that's why we see like Trudeau's is number 3 in the maps here for fence builders. It's because they've got a strong organic ranking, so it's kind of following. But the keywords in this are huge, dude, huge. And the reason why it's so important to be there is because literally like 9 out of 10 people go to Google when they're looking for a local product or service. So I don't do AdWords. I don't do anything like Home Advisor, Thumbtack, any of those craps, Yelp. I mean, I put a listing on those places because it helps to rank here, but I don't like that stuff, man, because a lead is shared with somebody else. So kind of what you get with me is you get a straight up partner that is not selling leads to anybody else. It's exclusive to you, and it's literally going to the best place you can be. Like, yes, you could run AdWords and get leads right away, but it's super expensive. And this is the best place to be for ROI is number one, ideally number one and number one. But if you can get onto page 1 and sneak into this snack pack while you're building your organic ranking a little higher, it's going to help big time. So let me kind of explain what I do, right? And here, real quick, kitchen remodeling, 480, bathroom remodeling, 590. So, dude, a lot of searches, a lot of money to be made, when you have a site right there. It takes longer to rank in somewhere like Columbus because it's a big city compared to if you were to do like a suburb. So like let's just try, just because I see it on the map, I'm not all that familiar with that area, but let's try like fence company, what was that, Grove City? Or let me check one time. Yeah, Grove City. Just to see what kind of search volume is there. It might say 0 because it's kind of a small area. Yeah. I think Dublin, if I know right, is a suburb of Columbus, but yeah, dude. Anyway, that's something we could look into later, but I really don't know what the suburbs are, but obviously Columbus is where the big money's at because it gets way more searches. But here, let me show you I'll show you like this is actually my very first site. So tree removal is the best keyword. Surprise AZ. This is mine. Tree service surprise, and this is the URL, right? So I'm partnered with a guy here. I built the site out. I started sending him the leads, and he pays me a percentage of every job he does. Dude, last month he made over $20,000, which is crazy because Surprise is a little town. It's like 134,000 people, but he made over 20K last month, and he's totally gone from being a guy that was on Craigslist and Facebook and maybe getting a couple jobs a week for tree trimming, tree removal, to now, dude, he's like just killing it. And he's at the point where now, see, for tree trimming it ranks for tree service. Anyway, now he's hired on multiple guys that do all the work. He's mostly the estimate and bid guy. He's bought trucks that he uses now. I mean, he's been able to buy equipment to grow his business, but he never ever would be able to do that without a huge influx of calls that come from being at the top of Google. This is the #1 best place to be, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. It's easy for me to understand that because I've actually seen it firsthand. And someone like you, I don't know what your past experience is with it, but dude, I used to do, before I got into this, I used to do concrete countertops out in Arizona. And I was just like everyone else. I had these local Facebook groups that I would throw pictures in, and I'd get people interested. I'd go give estimates and get some jobs that way. And I had a Craigslist ad. But it was literally like, those are the bottom feeders, Those are the people that are shopping around. They're wanting the best possible price. They're not the people that you want that are like, I just want a good contractor that's going to do good work and do it now, So if I never really got to a point where I wanted to grow that business huge, but if I ever had, I would have had to get into Google, because Google is that's where the most qualified leads are, dude. I promise you that. So I'll show you, here's the way I do it. Here, let me actually just go back to here. So this number, I own this number, basically. And I forward this anywhere. So it goes to my tree guy there in Surprise. I'll show you the site. It's not like it's anything amazing. I mean, it's got a pretty clean look to it, whatever. But it's optimized, and it's got all the keywords that you would need at the right density, not over optimized, not overdone. And then once I built it and went live with it, then I worked on kind of pushing backlinks to it and getting it to rank. So it landed on page 4 or something like that, and I worked on it day after day and pushed it up the ranks. And now it's #1. It's been there for over a year, just glued to #1, because the deal is this: these guys, they're just out running their business. They're not working on their website constantly. So it's only a matter of time before mine completely overtakes them. This is them, So theirs is 2008. That's how old their domain is. Mine was, this says 2017. It's not actually accurate. I built it in 2016. But you know what I mean? They have an older domain, so they had more of a leg up on me in that respect, I guess. But I've just kind of outdone them in every possible area, man. And as time goes on, Google is forced to put you above them when you do that. And so all these other fence companies, and if they're smart, they've got a good SEO guy. And believe me, there's tons of bad SEO guys out there. That's what I fight against every day. But if they've got a good one who's actually knows what he's doing and is going to bat for them, then they're setting themselves apart from the competition by doing things that are going to push them up Google and find favor with them, right? Versus the competition. So that's kind of what you get with me, is you get a partner that is, dude, I'm trying to rank this thing as best as possible, make you as much money as possible, because if I can do that, then I can make more of a cut in return every month from either a percentage or kind of whatever we come to agree on, as far as, it's no problem for you if you're making $20,000 a month building fences to throw me $2,000 in return. you know. So that's kind of what I'm at now, is I'm going after more high ticket stuff. But I'll show you this. So this is like, you know, across all my different sites, I've got a lot of different sites out there: window tinting, roofing, appliance repair, some towing sites, tree service, pigeon control, like I told you about. Got a water heater guy. He's a plumber that just wants leads for water heaters. So I built him this water heater repair and installation site. Carpet cleaner I just started working with. But so this shows me, you know, these are calls that I get. Like just today, I've gotten 48 calls across all my different sites, right? Some are more than others, but I'll show you like my tree, with it being in Surprise, the tree site, right? 74 calls in the last 30 days. Let me show you this towing one in Alabama. So it's crazy. 765 calls in the last 30 days. This business is absolutely just blown up from this site. So, man, what I do, I hope that kind of explains it for the most part. I'm sure you might have some more questions, and that's totally fine. But yeah, dude, I build, so imagine like Columbus Fence Company, or something along those lines. I'll build that, rank it, send the calls to you. You take the calls, you go get the bids, get the jobs, make more money, and we agree on something that's fair, kind of in return. You know, it costs a little bit up front to get it going, and it's a bit of an investment, kind of, from your part. You know, because it does take me some months to make it rank and make it happen and pump out calls, but it's, dude, I'm telling you, it's the absolute best thing you can do for your business if you want to grow. Like, that's where all the calls, that's where the majority of the calls are going for when people are looking for a fence company in Columbus. I promise you, a ton of these guys are getting calls. And what I like about what I see is nobody has a perfect 5-star review, right? These guys, those aren't good. Buckeye is probably getting the majority of the calls just because they got a 4.5 rating. So if you can kind of work with me on that part, and as I'm ranking it, let's get some of your past customers and current ones that are happy to leave us a good review. Dude, like, sky's the limit, I'm telling you. You can make a killing building fences. So anyway, man, I'll send this over, and just give me a shout back whenever you look at it, and I'll answer any questions you have, and you can speak with some references or whatever, and we'll go from there. All right.